Hey, woohoo! We got here almost just in time.
Almost.
Got two people already looking already to see us go today. I'm telling you, it must be going to be a good show. Everything didn't work up to the last moment. We had a new camera we were trying to test to at the same time. Came up, the template wasn't right, but hey, we're here.
We're here.
Go ahead,
And
please, ma'am.
glad to have you with us and glad for us to be back
Yeah,
also.
Mike still don't want to act.
We've oh man.
I know.
And we've
Your Mike
had
just loves
some
you.
it's because it just
It
I
kisses
got the
your golden brown skin. That's why you're well, your lips at least.
I got the mic set sometime back and I refused to touch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out
It's on
how
a
that was
because
done.
it's on a thick piece of
Mm.
the table.
Uh-oh. No, go ahead.
So
I shouldn't mess with it.
anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get us started.
Please.
I am Sharon Orzare, and I'm here with my very, very handsome husband, Craig or Imar, who is the uh, master of the technology over here, and he is always working his magic on technology. And we had things all set and ready to go, and then all of a sudden, the bottom fell out, I guess you could say, in so many words. Whereas we found ourselves with this is not working, that's not working. First it was the mic, and then it was the camera, and then it was the mic, and and
then it was a camera.
Yeah,
and
so
mic again.
But we do what we do.
I don't know what it is now.
I don't either.
Trying to get this mic together here.
Yes.
See if it wants to act like it wants to get together. Oh, maybe it will. Look at that. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Uh-oh. Ah! I don't want to curse too bad on here.
No.
Get my curse jar out.
Oh, no. We're not going to use the curse jar today. Or as they say, the cuss jar.
Yeah.
And we have someone saying hello to us just right off the bat. And hello. And we are glad to have you with us. And hopefully we will make this a worthwhile hour for you.
Well, we got to find out, see where they're at. We're to make sure that there ain't no bots out there. They got bots befriending people.
I know.
Be popping up and stuff.
Yes.
And the bots won't even talk back to us. But anyway, tell us a little bit about our show, what we're all about for those new bots. I mean, people who are here.
Okay. We are taking the journey together.
Okay.
And we have been taking the journey together for quite some time now. And I'm going to start off with our belief statement. And it says, we are going to relate. It doesn't matter what your mother, father, sister, brother, or anybody says, even Jesus, we are going to relate. But at taking the journey together, we believe in relating in a balanced manner. And what we mean by balanced relationships, we are talking about the ones that are entered into as friends first and lovers second, but has both aspects in each partner. So you are in relationship with your friend and your lover on both sides.
That is such a fantastic thing. I'm looking at quite a few young people. Next time we're going to go ahead and pull up quite a few young people, either Instagram or Facebook site, and they're having full-blown conversations about relationships. And their full-blown conversations they're having about relationship is that friendship is important. That example, I don't think that the first time we go out, I got to pay for your dinner, that have to then pay for your rent, then pay for your bills, just because I'm taking you out the first time and I'm getting to know you. In fact, I don't even know you. So they're having discussions like that. Then having other discussions. I hear young folks talking about, why is it that you I got to try to write down more of this stuff, but why is it that you feel like as a man, a young man, that I don't have a right to my feelings when it comes to the relationship, and you want to blow them off whenever your feelings are coming about and you figure your feelings should trump mine? I'm just giving some examples.
Yes.
What we're hearing a lot, what I'm watching a lot. on YouTube and Instagram. So we got a lot of young people, 25 and above, who are concerned about their relationships. They're not going the old-fashioned way anymore. They're saying there's got to be something better than this, because they're looking at long-term relationships, and they're finding out what we've been preaching, what we're talking for a long time, that friendship is important. To have that base, to have that foundation is very, very important. And quite frankly, I'll be honest with you, I have been knowing that for a long time. In turn, those who have been knowing it too, now feel vindicated. That's been something that's lost in a relationship. Hey, we got some new people are here. We got Daniel John. He says hello to everyone. I don't know who that is, but hello, John. I mean, Daniel, I should say. Good to see you being part of what we're doing. Who else do we have here?
We have Grace Feely.
I sure like to know where these folks are at. Wonder when do you think they're at?
With us.
What do you think? What part of the country? What part of the world do you think they're from? Put a little bit of music in the background of that.
Yes.
Go ahead.
They are.
I'm gonna do daydreaming one. Go ahead.
They are, in random places. I would love to know also.
Yes.
Just because it's good to know that you're reaching various people in various places.
Somebody wants to be school.
Always good.
Look at some of these commercials we got up here.
Yes.
It's like I got a lot of people trying to run for something, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a law firm. I'm supposed to got back with this law firm, come to think about it.
But I want to get back to what you were saying.
I'm sorry.
And what you were saying had to do with the importance of friendship.
There's a Maggie Sam. Hello, Maggie. Good to see you here.
And what a lot of people fail to think about or realize is that...
What's the name for me?
Faustina,
yes. I wonder where Miss Faustina Williams is from. Glad to see you here. Anyway, here we're taking the journey. Always love to see our new possible fans. Make sure you're tuning in and listening. How are you? Make sure that you're there a little bit longer and stay to the end. Make sure at the same time, I know Sharon stepped on your face is like stuck in a smile, but share with your friends. Share with your enemies. Share. It's going to be a good one.
Yes.
This was going to be a good one. Go ahead.
And what I was about to say is that people couples specifically, don't take or consider the value in friendship. And that's one of those things that a lot of us have lost, has lost the faith in being in a relationship with a friend because we've wanted friendship, but we didn't take the time to connect with someone who also wanted to be friends.
But I also think we know traditionally the old school way was we could be friends. That's what you just spoke of. But we can't really be lovers.
Right.
When we go into our long-term relationships, marriage, the lover part's got to come along with it. And sometimes that's the infatuation part we just take in the first place with this.
Yeah.
But the friendship, we think that's just not possible. You got movies and shows that point the same thing, that if you're friends, meaning somewhat having things in common, you won't do well in a relationship in the long run. That doesn't make sense.
Right. And there's something about our nature when you think about it, because we go into relationships with someone who is not our friend already. We don't really work towards building that friendship. Yet, if we have friends who are of the opposite gender, the person that we're in relationship with does not want us to be a part of that friendship, that opposite gender friendship. So, for example, we come into a relationship. I'm just going to use us as an example. We come into a relationship, and
hey, someone's in the Port City. Maggie says, "I'm in the Port City. I'm part of Score Bigger Dating." Wow.
Okay.
We're glad to hear from you from Score Bigger Dating. I would say you score bigger dating, and you can keep your dating longer if you wait around and learn more about having a good foundation of a friendship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, as I was saying, our nature tends to know that there's a problem when we like that, and we don't pay any attention to it. Because, say, for example, we're in a relationship. I have a male friend, and we have been friends forever in 3 days. You don't appreciate the relationship that we have because a part of you know that that there could be an issue.
But you are referring to the usual problems that are in a relationship when the
Yes.
outside person does have
Mhm.
another person of the opposite
Yeah.
sex. We're not referring to
No,
that
no, but
now.
what
We
no,
are referring to the basis of two people in that relationship
I
who have a problem within that
yes.
relationship being friends. And that's where our center point is.
Exactly.
We're not concerned about anyone else on the outside. You've got to first get that right first.
And that's what I was
Then
talking
the
about.
other ones come very, very easy.
Yeah.
Because your relationship first with your first shipmate, your first partner is based on friendship, and that kind of foundation makes it very easy with mutual what? Agreement.
Yes.
And all the other stuff we're talking about, like the hot that we'll be talking about, so that it is no problem if you or me have other friends. Quite frankly, when you think
And
about it,
that's what that was the point I was
quite frankly, when you think about it, most of us already have friends of the opposite what?
Gender.
Period.
Yeah.
Like at your job, at school, you have friends of your own gender, and of your opposite gender. In fact, some of your friends of your opposite gender take their time out to get very close at your particular job. See, I'm messing with that shit.
I know. See, it's kind of like
In the Navy, in some places, they call them job husbands. Or what do they call them?
work wives, and work husbands.
husbands.
Yeah.
So that's a new word that they call for friends that been friends on your job for a long time. Anyway,
Yes.
so that is not taking the journey's concentration. You should know that.
Oh no,
It's
no,
about
I know that.
looking at that you are not taking that same kind of
Mhm.
closeness, friendship that you do at your job with your work husband, your work wife, and not make it a priority where you're not starting with yourself first.
Exactly.
That means yourself and of course in your partner.
Right. And
Yeah.
that's where I was going with that. Is you take it for granted
Hey,
that one
someone's agree. What's her
with
name?
that Mamake.
Yes, I think that's what it is. Thank you, Mamake. She agrees
Yes,
too.
yes.
She
And
must be a good topic. Good
absolutely, thank you. And so the thing that the point that I was on my
topic.
way
Jamie
to,
Parker. Hello, where you from, Jamie Parker? We'd love to know where you're from too. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
the point that I was on my way to making
Mhm.
was that a part of us know that we need to focus on the friendships that we have
Mhm.
and start there, as opposed to leaving those relationships out without exploring them and moving on to somebody else. Because those relationships that we have had for years with that friend, those are the ones that we have built. Those are the ones that we can talk to. You know, in a relationship with
Mhm.
your friend, you're going to talk to one another.
And those
Not
are
at
the
one
ones.
another.
Those are the ones
that you should
what?
focus on.
No, those are the ones that you mean you should be focused on an outside relationship.
No,
What
what
are
I'm
you talking
saying
about?
is those are the relationships that you should start with and build into a lovership.
And especially when you're not in that relationship
Right.
as of yet. And I'm glad you brought that up because we want to cover people who haven't been in a relationship before too.
Yes.
That's important. Though many a times that is not something we always deal with because that's like singles getting ready to get into a relationship. I mean, no
Mhm.
doubt about
Right.
it. We're going to say singles need to look for friendship. I say
Definitely.
they really need to go to counseling. They may want to talk to us because we try to keep you on your path. We try to keep you on your goal
Mhm.
of looking at friendship as being a real important part of your start in your relationship. In fact, I'm going to be unashamed and put down that you can always go to our TTJT at takingthejourney.com and email us or go to our website and email us. And we would be glad to kind of work with you and coach you in the direction where friendship is something that you get more used to.
Right.
Friendship is something you know is a basis, as you were saying, coming into that relationship.
Mhm.
And then, of course, it makes it much more easy when you're in that relationship to do that mutual, what again?
agreement.
because you are already a close friends.
Right.
We also, of course, have a lot of people that we talk to who are listening to right now who are already in a relationship, like you and I, and you're learning to be more of a friend
Right.
in the second relationship,
Right. Because and
than it was before.
that's where I started when I was saying that a lot of us gave up on
Mhm.
the idea or the belief that we could
Mhm.
be in a relationship with our friend.
Yes.
Because what we ended up doing is we had that idea or that desire to be.
Some did.
Well,
Some did not.
well, I know, but but hold on, just let me
Mhm.
finish this out. Some of us had this idea that it was
Mhm.
good to be in a relationship with a friend,
Mhm.
but we didn't wait to build the friendship.
Mhm.
And the person that we were trying to get into friendship with did not have that same belief system.
Mhm.
And
we
so
got a new
and so
person.
we end
Linda
up-
Logan says one of my favorite shows on the platform. Wow, I've
Thank
never
you.
seen it before, but Linda
Hey,
says
thank
she
you.
must have been listening in the background.
I'm glad you're
And
speaking
then
up
here
now.
she is speaking up now.
Yes.
Tamara Jackson sure is too. Well, I'll tell you what, if these are bots, they're doing a heck of a job to fool me. They are bots. But anyway, we're glad to see you. Listen, if you are flesh or blood, or if you're a bot anyway, take them relationships together, bots, and make sure you're friends. But anyway, on top of what you were saying, because I thought you were going another direction, and I'm glad that I heard you out, because that's both sides we have to look at. Those who are getting into a relationship,
Yes.
being singles, and those who are in a relationship. I was going to take another angle that I thought you was going to do when you were talking about we have many times, outside friendship relationships of the same sex. And in turn, many times it does cause a problem in the relationship. And it causes the problem because you don't have a friendship in the first place in your relationship. So it is kind of like a cluster. I won't say the rest of the words. A very much of a mess.
Yes.
Because the fact that you got an outside person to be a friend to, and you're not even a friend to this partner, this long-term relationship, your mate or your marriage person, and you don't know how to be a friend with them because the other person be more friend to you.
Exactly. Because you didn't cultivate that friendship.
Or you didn't know.
When
it
you
wasn't
got in
there.
that relationship.
And we know many relationships are broken apart because somebody else is being more like a friend to them than the person in that relationship.
Right.
So what I was going to do, since you weren't going that direction, and thank you that you didn't, that was wrong, was maybe we should take the fact that friendship on the outside, shows on TV, shows on movies, and then move to what you say. Use it as example, first of all, to maybe break the mold and, like you said, become a friend and move into a long-term relationship using friendship.
Right.
How about the other part? So those who are married now but are not doing well as friendship, maybe they could use that relationship that they have thought in their mind or might be having now that's close to someone at the job and say, let me slow that down and slow my roll and point it back to what?
To us.
Yeah, point it back to the us or that person in my relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. What about that? What do you think about that?
I think that's very important. I think it's very important because we need to have us, the two people in the relationship, as
Dear.
Yes,
I always listen. But comment first.
First time commenter.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, we're glad about that.
And
that's
so
17 people on the line. Wow, that's a high number. Yeah, exactly. Where we're so glad anyway. But anyway, go on, Ben.
So what I was saying is something that I just forgot what I was saying.
No, you forgot it.
I was saying that it's important. Something was important. I got to restructure here.
Let's start moving into our topic.
Okay.
Because the topic we were referring to or talking about has everything to do with the fact that we believe that friendship and the idea of friendship is based on a higher vibration, a higher energy, meaning different thought process that's been used in a relationship.
Right.
Before, it's the opposite of track. There is no such thing as using friendship, because friendship is always something that we both have strongly in common.
Yes.
Okay?
And quite often in relationships, friendship is not something that is necessary, is thought to be necessary.
Exactly. You just slipped too, didn't you? Before it didn't slip. It wasn't necessary. Because you come with old school too, and I think it was necessary. Yeah.
But I always wanted friendship.
Yeah. Well,
and then I was one of those people I was one of those people.
You didn't think it took all that either.
Yeah, actually I did. But I was one of those people who who ended up
You-
jaded and thought that it wasn't
That's why I say
possible.
usually action speaks louder than
Yeah.
words, and you're still struggling with that.
Yeah.
Many of
Because
us
I'm
are struggling
sure-
with that,
exactly.
especially in the African American relationship.
Oh yeah.
They're
Yeah.
really struggling with that kind of power game we
Mhm.
play between
Yeah.
one another from that end. It's
Yeah.
because the byproduct of how racism itself and being
Mhm.
enslaved has caused that
Yeah.
lack of love and like to each other, period.
Yeah.
Let alone when you move into a relationship too, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of us don't know how to be friends, even outside of a loving, committed relationship. We just don't know how to build that friendship, and we feel like if we say we're friends or we say we're best friends, and that makes it so.
Besties.
And it doesn't work that way.
Well, let's dive in real quickly now as we start.
Okay.
Because we're talking about the terms, or what kind of terms? These higher elements, these higher thought process of moving into friendship. We're saying that if you are a male, or now we're talking about now, if you're a female being, then that mind thought, that belief, that practice
Mhm.
puts you into what we call a higher level of energy,
Right.
a higher vibration. Yeah,
Mhm.
like some young folks say, you're leveling up. So
Yes.
we're saying that you have to move to be a what?
Divine
Divine.
energy.
So these thought processes,
Mhm.
these higher thought processes of us, that we're all really connected.
Mhm.
As a female, well, a male will, but we're talking about females right now.
Right.
You have to understand you're moving into divine thought,
Yes.
spiritual kind of thought.
Yes.
Friendship is a divine thought. Friendship is a spiritual thought.
Mhm.
When it comes to, especially with relationships of long term, we don't usually have thought about it that way.
Right.
We've never even moved our minds into that. Most of our subconscious is, no, I don't need that. No,
Mhm.
opposite. And the idea of true friendship, even as we're talking about females and males, is that's
Mhm.
something I don't do
Right,
in a long-term relationship, which to me doesn't make sense. But many spiritual things, divine things, don't make sense outside of the fact until you actually look at them closely.
Right.
As some people say, open up your third eye,
Mhm.
open up your third ear, and you begin to understand and see it, and it makes very much sense.
Yes.
And sometimes it makes so sense, you're kind of thinking to yourself, why would I not been operate that way in the first place?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and why did it take so long to come my way?
It can be exactly.
But you also have to take into consideration
that you were probably in your own way. Yeah.
that
yeah.
is definitely
Okay, if I mess with that again,
Uh-huh.
it's gonna break. I can tell right now it's gonna break.
Okay, see, sometimes
I know, say it.
your friends will tell you to just leave well enough alone, and I'm not going to say that.
But you're a friend.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's going.
Yes, as a friend, sometimes we need to just, say it, and
Don't spray it.
and if you have to spray it, spray it. But
I'm going to get ready to have us go to a commercial,
so you
Let me
can
fix this maybe.
work on this.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's
Let's go
real
ahead
quick,
and do
and we'll
that,
be
and
right
then we'll
back.
come back and we'll deal with the divine feminine.
Exactly, a little bit more in detail. Let me find out where I need to go. That's what I told Julius, man, if you want us here longer, you're going to need to get us daggone engineer. Shoot,
Yes.
it's ridiculous. Anyway, here we go. See if I can get this right. This
Up.
first question.
Hi, I'm Katie Brewington and I'm running for Magistrate Court Judge. Magistrate Court is often called the People's Court because people represent themselves or are pro se litigants. Magistrate Court handles civil claims up to $15,000, dispossessory proceedings, pre-warrant applications, and good behavior bonds. I'm a great candidate for judge because I have the experience, compassion, and drive to get the job done. I have been a probation officer, a criminal defense attorney, a solicitor, and a municipal court judge, and I will take all of that experience to get the job done. So remember, vote Katie Brewington, May 21st, for Magistrate.
Hello, I'm Richard Coleman, and I'm running for the office of Sheriff of Chatham County. And when I'm elected, I promise to inspect what I expect. Chatham County, it's time for a change, and that change is me, Richard Coleman.
And we're back. Yes, it's fixed. I'm not going to touch it. Just a little bit, maybe.
He's not going to touch it until the next time he touches it.
I'm off to, oh,
See,
just a little bit. I got to hold on just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Nope.
Okay. Just a little bit. Okay. I promise. I'll let it go. Okay. It's up to you. Now go ahead. Want to tell about a little bit where people can hear us other places, please?
Yes. In addition to being here on Thursday evenings at 6 o'clock,
Mhm.
you can also listen to us on Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 on WRUU. We are taking the journey together on WRUU radio station. It's a local station in Savannah, Georgia. And you can also TTJT, rebrandly TTJT WRUU to get some of our past shows and look into those and see what's going on there. And so those are the two places that you can find us.
Oh, did you get that one already?
I was getting ready to go there.
Okay. Well, hold on for a second, because I'm all in your face, but I'm
yes,
not anymore.
You are.
Go ahead.
And you can also connect with us through email. I'll give you our website since that's coming across first. takingthejourney-together.com. That's our website. Our email address is ttjt@takingthejourney-together.com. Facebook.com /TTJ Together. And then you can also find us on Instagram at Taking the J Together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Don't say anything about taking that J. Okay. Let's see what someone just said. We got some questions and some people talking to us. Hey, PST David, you want to talk? Let's see what he's got to say. Go ahead, Sharon.
Divine feminine energy feels like a gentle yet powerful force that flows within.
Oh, wow. Sounds good. That's not bad to hear. Dave, you have said that before to somebody? Have you actually said that to a sister? And if she did, what did she say back? What did that woman say back to you? Because it may not just be the sister. I want to know what a woman said back to you if you actually said that to her. Put that in the comments if you dare.
Yes.
Come on, Sharon.
I like this one. Couples who are friends above all else are better equipped to survive stress and hardships than couples who are not. That is so true.
That is.
And a lot of that is because when you are friends with someone, you have more of a tendency to hear them out. Mm-hmm. You will talk to each other rather than talking at each other. And when you talk at each other, nothing gets solved, nothing gets satisfied. It's just
sometimes it does get satisfied.
Yeah,
it's
but
just satisfaction of I got my way.
Yeah. Or
not good, but
no,
that's
not
ego.
Not good at all. And you're right. It is. It's definitely ego. And when you are dealing with, I almost choked. And when you are dealing with ego like that, you're not listening. And the fact that you're not listening means that it doesn't go anywhere. And so that's very important what you said.
I'm going to put something up that's going to really cause some controversy, so everybody hold their questions, because you just fell just on the very word that many times in relationships we choke on, or we don't choke on, is ego. And so I'm going to share a statement and see if we think this is a ego statement or this is a statement that is true. You want to read it or you want me to read it?
Either way.
Okay, go ahead.
Women claim they want a divine male because it sounds good on paper and in theory. But when a real divine male comes into your life, like you asked, and challenges you to correct poor habits and upgrade yourself mentally and spiritually, then you get offended, scared, and back away.
Or sometimes they will ghost you, but go ahead.
Yes. Are y'all ready for a divine male?
Are you ready for divine male? Now, we'll put that question out there and have a little bit of it, have a time to soak in, and at the same time, see if you have a feedback or a comeback,
yes.
What you feel about this and what you think about it. Why did we bring that in at this time? Why? Because hey, would a divine woman actually think that a man, I'm gonna put it back up there again. Come on, I better keep it up there while he talks. So how's that? That'd be better, right?
I think so.
Okay, hold on. Where's it at? Here we go. Hold up. Add it to the page. There it is. Would she actually think, as a divine woman, that if this is a divine man, he's going to challenge my poor habits, or correct my poor habits, and say I should be upgrading myself mentally and spiritually, and then I'm going to get offended with him even saying that to me, and I'm going to back off from him, because he cannot be no divine man if I'm a divine woman and I hear that. He should be getting along with me like a friend. Those kind of conversations should be happening.
If you have reached the level to be a divine,
Let's see what other folks. Let's see what other folks think.
And you know what? I caught myself right then.
Yeah, let's see what other folks
I
think.
stopped because I was like, oh,
okay, here we go.
All right, we got one here. The divine feminine,
David Hall,
is the spiritual concept that there exists a feminine counterpart to the patriarchal and masculine worship structures that have long dominated organized religions. The divine feminine extends well beyond one belief system and instead can be used as a spiritual lens to balance our perspective.
That is a very good point. I'm telling you, if that was a bot, that bot deserved to be called David Hall. Because that is a right on the pole. Especially when you talked about it was what? Well beyond belief, but instead the lens of balance.
Yes.
But did he ask the question, would a divine female take that kind of statement?
No.
Would a divine female take that kind of, I'll get a bigger over here, take that kind of statement, take a man like that, would think that if a man starts correcting me, if he starts saying you need to upgrade and you need to more get into yourself and not be so much concerned about your outside, you should really look at your ego, would they think that that's a divine male? I'm going to say, from my own personal experience, no. Most of the women I date with, if I took that route, they would say, you've got no right to talk to me that way. You got no right to think of anything like that about me. Most of the time, the thought process, I don't make any mistakes anyway. I'm from my mom. And hold on. And who are you? Because you ain't my daddy. Who are you to even be looking at or observing any of my habits and then choosing, not choosing, that's what I want to say. And then, what's the word? Like in court? Making the judgment. There's the word. Oh yeah, thank you, babe. Good judgment. I mean, and then making the judgment of, you better upgrade yourself into a poor habit.
Yeah.
Huh?
The problem is a lot of women consider themselves divine just because they say so, and they have not gone into really finding out and figuring out what it is that makes them divine. And the same thing for some males. They are self-appointed, ego-driven, and therefore they are divine male. Divine male and divine female, that's not what it is. It has to do with who you are inside and how you connect with other people.
Look at this gentleman here, Abdel Johnson.
Ade Joshua,
excuse me. He says, if you're feeling a pull towards exploring the divine feminine, what should you do? Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about the divine feminine in the description of a divine feminine, and that will answer it all by itself. Look at this one more person that's down here that's speaking about the divine feminine. Who was that?
Mercy Prosper. The divine feminine is a non-denominational concept and self-exploration that restores a balance to our worship and spiritual practices.
Oh, I like that. I like what you says, because certainly it is the foundation that plugs in to the very glue called a relationship of a balanced thriving, healthy relationship.
Mhm.
I'll say it again.
Yes.
It is the very glue called a relationship, because I believe relationship is the very energy that ties everything together in all of this universe itself. So it's the very glue that ties things together and ties that relationship together and gives it that very balance. So yeah, no doubt about it. That is a powerful statement to be said as a basis in a divine, excuse me, well, you might as well say a divine relationship.
Exactly.
A divine
Exactly.
female and a divine male. Tell us a little bit more, because our time is going, about a divine female. Give us a couple of lines to help us out.
The divine feminine typically refers to a spiritual, religious, or mythological concept that embodies the feminine aspect of the divine or the sacred. It's often associated with qualities such as intuition.
I'm going to stop real quickly,
Uh-huh.
because I can do that. I hope you don't mind. I was
But
thinking,
you said it so nicely.
I know.
will
I wanted
allow
to say,
that happen.
just because she said sacred doesn't mean it's secret. There's been in some relationships where you in turn want to question a particular lady or a friend about how much they really love you, and they will say it's sacred or it's more than what you can ever understand. I usually put that together and say, well, my love for you in so many words, I guess you're saying it's secret. I guess I'll never know.
That's not the way it should be.
No, sacred definitely doesn't mean secret.
No,
does it?
no.
Go ahead.
Couples who are friends above all else are better equipped to.
I hit that one again. I think,
Yes.
yeah, I did by accident. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay. But it's often associated with qualities such as intuition, nurturing,
Mhm.
creation, compassion, and collaboration. Those are also some of the qualities that we talk about and we look for in a friend. These are the if you are, and in answer to the question, if you're leaning towards that divine feminine, or you're feeling the pull towards the divine feminine, what
Mhm.
should you do? Well, one of the things you should do is look for a female spirit that has some of these qualities. Is she nurturing?
Yes.
Is she compassionate?
Mhm.
Does she have intuition, or is she intuitive?
Mhm.
These are things that we all have, but then it comes down to the degree to which we
Exactly.
want to share them with that loved one, with that
In
partner.
other words, going back to that word, all those characteristics
Mhm.
are definitely higher level, higher energy, spiritual characteristics. Is she trying to hide them,
Right.
or is she trying to using the hot principle? What's the
Mhm.
hot principle? Those who don't know about a hot principle, you get to know about it now. What is it?
The hot principle.
Are you hot?
I'm hot some days and not hot other days.
Well, talk to me, because you're going to mess with my mic.
Okay, don't do that. The hot, when we talk about hot, with taking the journey together, it is an acronym for those of you who have not watched us before. There you go
Now,
again.
go on, say something.
For
Stop it.
those of you who have not watched the show before or heard this before, HOT stands for honest, open, and transparent. And these are 3 characteristics that we think should be at the very basis, the very
Very core.
foundation, the very core of a relationship. And they are also right down there in the principles that you pick up with friendship.
Mm-hmm.
You are usually very honest with your friends. You're very open with your friends, and you're often very transparent with your friends. You will tell your friends things that you wouldn't tell anybody else. You will share your emotions and your thoughts and your dreams and your desires with your friend. Who else should you share that with?
How much?
Besides,
I would say, how much more
Yes.
should you not be sharing it with the mate that you care, you
Exactly.
love, and you say you're going to spend your life?
Exactly.
How much more should you not? That's why divine things or spiritual things are sometimes so simple a child can understand.
Yes.
But yet, when we get older, we have so much other burdens that, on us,
Get in the
isms,
way.
as they call it, isms and schisms. Those simple things we don't even think about
Right.
bringing apart
Right.
or moving into our relationships. So, as you are giving that, no doubt about it, is she actually open to that?
Yes.
Are you in turn feeling comfortable with those kind of attributes coming from her? Now, we ain't talking about how good does her booty look or how good does her legs look.
That
We're not talking
makes
about the
no difference.
outside attributes.
Yes,
We are
in the
talking
long run.
about divine wise.
Yes.
How is she from the inside?
Inside.
That's what we're
Yes.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you able to receive the divine qualities that she is offering?
Yeah, well, sometimes I think there are some men that if they saw that, they'd run off because they say, "Ooh," either they're say, "Ooh, that scares me," because
They've never dealt with it.
never dealt with it before. Not going that close as being a friend.
Mhm.
Okay. I I don't. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that story because that happened to me many a times. And then that one I'm getting referred to is that she's too good to be true. Too good.
And
to be
so then
true.
you go into the sabotage mode.
Yeah. Well, you back off into the stereotypical that's been put out. I call it arcade, which
Yeah.
is she's a friend, so I can't
Yeah,
go any further.
Exactly.
I mean, I'll just keep her always close as a friend.
Mhm.
I won't even try to make a connection that could be a long term or give the
Right.
appearance that I want a long term
Right.
relationship. And she may be wanting that. She may be thinking about it. She may
Mhm.
actually, hopefully, speak about it and bring it up,
Yes.
and hopefully you consider.
Yes. And we have some comments. You
Yeah,
wanna
we
look
do.
at those
Yeah,
real quick?
I'm going right to them a little bit.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, great show. A great show. Amanda Gates talking about great show. Good. Let's see. This young person, this person is Codwell Charles. He says, what?
The spiritual concept invites individuals to tap into their inner wisdom and embrace their emotional intelligence. It's a sacred energy that aligns with the cycles of nature, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all life.
Well, one thing is for sure, he is correct. When you start operating in that divine area, that
Mhm.
higher energy,
Yes.
that leveling up a part of our life, there is going to be that emotional intelligence
Mhm.
now becomes more into play.
Yes.
In fact, psychology and all that stuff didn't start learning and looking into emotional intelligence until a couple of years ago. It hasn't really been that long when they actually can take a test. One of these times,
Yeah.
we'll put a link up so people
Yeah.
can take a test and find out where they are
Yeah, and we did a show a
We
few
did.
months
Yeah, we
ago,
did.
a series of shows
Exactly.
a few months ago.
about emotional intelligence.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean that if I'm at the highest level of emotional intelligence, that means I am less sensitive to my mate. I'll say it again. It doesn't mean if you got a PhD and being an emotional intelligent person, that means you're less sensitive to your mate. No. What does
No.
it really mean?
It means that you are more connected.
Yeah, you
More
are
connected.
more sensitive to your
Mhm.
mate when you are in the emotional intelligent world. And you
Yes.
want that PhD, you got to look at that yourself as being more sensitive to them. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. And watching intently from my little corner.
Of the
Of the
world.
world.
Wow. I wonder if that corner of the world is where that nice looking mountain. It looks like it's almost Mount Everest.
That's a nice little corner to have.
Yeah, it's a big corner. It's enough room for
Yes.
everybody out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, invite us and everybody's there.
Please.
Let us know where it's at too. So why don't you
Yes.
go on and talk a little bit more about divine energy? Because I think when you made that point, and as you're making that point,
Mhm.
that if it is a divine energy woman, a divine energy female,
Mhm.
there's no doubt about it in that relationship. If he is a divine male, she's not going to feel comfortable. Am I right?
Say that one more time.
If he is a divine male, going
Mhm.
back to the
Yes,
statement, right? I'm
yes,
going back
yes,
to the
yes.
statement, just
Right.
in case you forgot about it. I'm gonna bring it up just in case you forgot about it. Ooh, that's strange.
But
Yeah.
anyway, if he is,
I don't know where it's. I don't even know where it's at. It says add to stage, right?
yes.
It didn't add it. You tell me. Okay, maybe he's supposed to go up there. So go ahead.
If okay, you said if
If he's a divine male,
Mhm.
okay, I'm using if,
Right.
even though it says
right.
would she choose one, then she would feel comfortable with the fact that he's trying to help her level up.
Exactly.
He's trying to help her to be more divine. He's
Right.
trying to help her in turn be more expansive and healthy
right.
in herself and the relationship, because then it becomes a win-win in return. Am I
Exactly.
correct?
You're correct, because if she is divine, she would also be aware of his divine status.
Mhm.
And from that standpoint, they would know that they would be able to help each other
Mhm.
to rise to another state.
Another level. I think sometimes it's just as simple as when we were I want to move that mic so bad, but I won't. When we had our close friends, especially when we were younger, we didn't have so much, baggage carrying with us. Some of our close friends from the street, we say our ace, coot, boom, coon. I know they don't call themselves out now, but a boy or whatever it was,
Homie or whatever.
homie. I'm
I
not
don't
gonna the names right now. I don't know how to
I don't
think that
I
they're
don't
actually
either.
friends just by the title of the name. I'm like, no.
No.
But anyway, we knew that we could depend upon that friend
Mhm.
to tell us something about us that was wrong, that was unhealthy,
Yes.
that was unbalanced,
Yes.
because they were our real friend. And we knew they had the best interest of us. And we didn't have those friends who were yes sir friends,
Right.
because they weren't friends, they
Right.
were associates. You remember that?
Exactly. And in addition to that, they would be able to tell us in a way that we would listen.
Yes.
They wouldn't tell us. They knew how to connect with us because they were connected to us already.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would be able to say, you're not right in what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And say it in such a way that you would have to stop and listen.
Yes. Exactly.
And so that's where that divine, not only are you a divine male
Mhm.
and a divine female, but you have that divine friendship
Yes.
also working within that. And that sort of solidifies everything. It encapsulates the relationship.
For Women's History Month,
Hmm.
what a way that we're doing, giving that honor and appreciation by talking about in a relationship. If she operates in a divine feminine energy at that higher level,
Yeah.
that leveling up, how much more would that history be with that person in your life
Oh, yeah.
that you would remember,
Oh,
that
yeah.
would pass on for generations,
Mhm.
having that kind of relationship with that particular person,
Yes.
that particular being, that particular lady, that partner, friend, lover, and anything else you may come up with, because you may have some nicknames too at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, we
Absolutely.
got about 10 more minutes. Someone's
Oh.
saying something. Let's go see
Or a
what
little
they're
bit less.
see what they're saying here. Go
So
ahead.
glad someone shared this platform with me. So are we. We are
Yes.
glad someone shared it with you as well. So welcome to our humble surroundings.
Yes. Feminine energy is seen as a universal principle
Mhm.
or force that transcends individuals' human characters,
Yes.
representing. I'm sorry, that's my bad. The feminine aspect of higher power or consciousness. Yeah, we need to get into those words.
Yes.
Higher power or consciousness.
Yes.
Some people are scared of hearing that word consciousness, but that's what it really
Mhm.
is.
Yes.
Meaning the thoughts that we have consciously now that
Mhm.
could be more of our subconscious
Yes.
that say, nah, I don't do friends. I don't do real deep friends. I especially don't do anyone in my relationship that's going to tell me how wrong I am,
Yeah.
or how uncomfortable I can be to
Mhm.
them,
Yes.
or how unhealthy I am in life.
Mhm.
Don't do that. Gives me guilt. Give me the guilties.
Yes. But
And
but
I
if
don't
you-
do that guilt and all that stuff because I don't see how you could then be empathetic to me.
But that's because if you're feeling that way,
Mhm.
you don't feel like you're dealing with a real friend.
Mm.
Because if you're dealing with a real friend, they would be able to speak to you in such a way that they would not hurt you. They would enlighten you. They would raise your consciousness, but they would not hurt you.
I think it's more to, first of all, do you know you have a divine friend? Right now, we help the one
Exactly.
person out to
Exactly.
understand it on the feminine side.
Mhm.
And we're going to be talking about the male side as for I don't say feminine male, but no, a divine male
Mhm.
energy.
Yes.
But there's also that side. Do you believe it? Do you want it? Are you that way?
Yeah.
So that in turn you can express it too.
Yes. Because a lot of times we want things that we really don't think is possible.
Well, I also say
Yeah.
that there's that syndrome now. It's like a fad where a man or a woman, we're talking about women now, energy
Mhm.
now,
Yes.
female side, is that I'm a queen or I'm a goddess.
Yes.
But yet, when you see how they relate, how
Mhm.
they express in a relationship, they have no divinity.
Yes.
They're not divine at all.
Exactly.
They have no
Exactly.
divine energy. It's just a title that they
Yes.
wear.
Yes.
And most of the time, it is a title that they wear on the outside. They wear it well.
Right. And it's
and,
also
and don't even think about the inside.
yeah,
Nah.
and it's also a title that they wear with the expectation or the assumption
Mhm,
or the belief
mhm,
that that's how you're supposed to treat me, and it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be reciprocated.
mhm.
And yes, it does need to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
reciprocated. If you are queenly or goddess-like
Mhm,
or divine, and I hesitate to put those other two terms in
mhm.
with the same category with divinity or being a divine female energy, um, just because they are taken from a shallow standpoint most of the time or so much of the time. But if you are seeing yourself queenly or uh, goddess like from a divine state, then yes, that
Mhm.
should be reciprocated. You should not just expect that to come to you, but you should also be willing to pass
And
it
that's
on.
why we go back to the first time and say that one, I think someone said that too, that one of the things that in the divine arena, when you level up like that, ego has to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Because ego will have you operate more one-sided, meaning it's all about me.
Yes.
And in a
Yes.
balanced, thriving, healthy relationship, it cannot be about
Mhm.
just you or the
Right.
other. That's codependent. That's a survival relationship,
Mhm.
which we talk about many times. A balanced, healthy relationship, it's about an us.
Yes.
And so egos have to go. At least the egos have to be in the background. Or they have to be balanced well enough that you keep them slowing down low. No, anyway, you don't let them be your priority.
Keep it in perspective.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
there is a time for your ego to be running the show, and there's a time for it not to be.
Yeah, and probably most likely what I see with other people outside of your relationships, many times you need to stand up like a warrior and a soldier and let your pride come in and say, no, this is my relationship.
Exactly.
This is our relationship. This is together our partnership.
Right.
And I'm not going to let you get in and treat it however you want to at that. So that's also very important, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is what someone says up there. I'm looking up there at the top. Oh, is that
Love this show and platform of the shows.
Okay.
And that is probably going to be our last comment.
Yeah, we got about another 5 minutes coming through.
Well, close.
Yeah, we're close, very, very, very close.
Yes.
We're going to talk about it here.
So when you look at the feminine energy, it's often described with that set of attributes or qualities.
That's just the feminine energy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the feminine energy, which is not really.
It's a lower
level. Exactly.
It would be those who feel friendship is no way would I bring in or even think of applying in a long-term relationship.
Exactly.
Because we could be lovers in this relationship, okay?
Yes.
But I ain't being no friend. That would be an example of a female energy that's at a lower energy that in turn has a belief system or a vibration that they pretty much have.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. I remember what I was about to connect right then is that feminine energy is what that queen and that what was the other one? The queen, and because I don't like these titles.
Goddess.
Those are the feminine energies. They have generally, quite often, not reached the level of the divine feminine energy because they are more self-centered and more self-focused.
More more outward focused.
Yes.
How I look on the outward.
Exactly. How I'm treated.
How I actually are getting my energy from other people. I like the appearance game.
Yes. How I'm treated to get my way.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
It's all about me. And so that's where we see the difference. That's what I was trying to get to. And I keep sidetracking myself.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I think we're coming into almost close to an end. Looks like here. You want to tell again, people, because everybody's out who's listening. Thank you for the first time coming to Taking the Journey together. We've been
Love
doing
your
this.
comments.
Exactly. We've been on Our Black Media for the last how many years?
2 years.
Yeah, and you
3
gi-
years.
And
something
you
like
give
that.
us a lot of hope to want to stay on longer. Yeah, really, we really do. Though we might be in another channel real soon, going live, and we'll have you share with us at another date. But we'll still be here. We'll still be here. We'll just have you come see us on another particular channel too. But anyway, much love, much care, and hey, take that journey together. And if you are single and you want to get into marriage or a long-term relationship or vice versa, hey, female, woman, beautiful lady, move the direction of being divine.
Divine. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Makes the journey better.
Exactly. Don't let them be so concerned about your behind. Be more concerned to have them be concerned about your what? Your
insides.
divine.
Yes.
How's that?
Oh,
Your
I
divine.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Until next time, what do we say?
Take the journey together.
Exactly. Okay. Let's see if I can get out of here. Here it goes. Yep.
I like that.